Hello, everyone. Elise Enriquez, Purpose and Productivity Coach here. I am a coach who helps you align your day-to-day activities with your purpose. And I want to talk about my 3 favorite tools that help keep me on purpose and productive. But first, a little bit more about what I actually do in terms of aligning purpose and day-to-day actions. So in order to align your day-to-day actions with your purpose, you have to be intentional. It requires intention. And what I happen to know is that day-to-day life can help us be very reactive, whether it's emails that are coming in, phone calls, texts, requests from our family, our friends, our boss, our coworkers, our customers, whatever it might be. Real life, real day-to-day life gives us every opportunity possible to be reactive when in order to live life in line with our purpose, we actually need to be more intentional. And so this reactivity also leads to this sense of busyness, right? And busyness can look really cool on the outside. Busyness is definitely an external kind of measurement. It's something that people can see and maybe be impressed by, but it doesn't always lead to feeling good about what got done at the end of the day. And so there's busyness, and then there's productivity, and feeling productive is more of an internal measurement. It's more about, did I get done the things that I wanted to get done today? Did I get done the things that I care most about? Did I move these things forward that are most important to me and that are aligned with my higher level purpose? So my purpose is to foster understanding and acceptance of self and others so we can come together to make the world a better place. That means everything I'm trying to do on a day-to-day basis aligns with that. It doesn't always work. I'm not always on purpose. Sometimes I'm reactive, but overall, the work that I'm doing, even when I'm doing stuff I don't like to do, a task I don't like to do, so long as it aligns with my higher level purpose, it's worth doing to me. So we want to help you be more productive and less busy. And so I want to just share the 3 tools that I use to keep me really focused and productive. And literally, these are the tools I have open. I'm going to kind of keep looking over here because I have 2 monitors, and on one of my monitors at all times are these 3 tools. These are the tools that help keep me productive and on purpose. Okay, so the first tool. This is the first tool I go to at all times. It is my calendar. I happen to have a Google Calendar, and that's what I use. I use it for my business and my life. So Google Calendar, or just a calendar in general, is my #1 tool. And here's the reason why. This defines what my day is going to look like. It is the hard landscape of my day. The only things that go into my calendar are actual appointments. There's a few reasons for this. One of them is that I have an online scheduler. So I have to make sure that my calendar is very accurate so that my clients can schedule me, right? But the only thing that goes on my calendar is time appointments where I'm with other people. I sometimes have to block it so that people can't book me if I need to work on a project. But other than that, it tells me the hard landscape of my day, the starts and stops, beginnings and endings to my day. It shows me where I need to be, with who and when, right? And what I love about calendars is that I think a lot of people use them, and we use them because we know we can't keep track of all this stuff in our heads. That's why we use a calendar, right? So the calendar not only shows me where I need to be and when and with who, but it also shows me how much time I have in my day to do anything else at all, right? Those blank spots on my calendar is the time when I can get the rest of my work done. Part of my work as a coach is time with my clients, actually being in a session with them, but there's lots of work outside of that needs to get done. And so those blank spots on my calendar tell me when I'm going to be able to do that work. And there's one thing I want to bring up here about calendars. It's really important that you have a calendar that you can trust. A trusted calendar is one that has everything on it. So for those of you who have multiple calendars, a personal one, a business one, a life one, I would do whatever you can to find a way to get everything into one calendar, your personal and business all in one spot, so that when you look at your calendar, you can trust it. You can know that this is where you need to be when, and you can know these are my free times. These are my open spots where I can do other work or just take care of myself. So calendar, #1 tool. The second tool I have open at all times. I'm not kidding. This other monitor I have over here, it's calendar, GQueues, and then my third one. So GQueues is the second window that is open at all times on my second desktop over here. So GQueues is a free tool. It's Google, it works well with Google. I'm sure there's a fancier way for me to say that, but GQueues works well with Google, with Google products, Google Calendar, Gmail, etc. And GQueues is a place that I go to tell me, okay, when I have a blank space on my calendar, what could I be working on right now, right? So I just wrapped up with a client at 9:15 a.m. and I have 15 minutes till my next client. What could I be working on right now while I'm here at the office? So all GQueues really is a group of categories and lists. Categories and lists, that's it. So you can have a bunch of different categories like home, work, future, whatever you want to have it, right? Like kids could be another category. And within that category, you can have lists. And those lists to me are projects. I create a list for every project that I'm actively working on. Within each of those lists, I can have a list of tasks for each of those projects. So that allows me, what's important about GQueues is not only does it allow me to know what I could be working on when I have time, but it allows me to get everything out of my head. So just like I don't count on myself to remember who I'm meeting and when at what time, I use a calendar for that. I use GQueues to help me remember what are all the projects I'm working on and what's the next action I need to take to move that project forward. So I absolutely count on GQueues for that. The other cool thing about GQueues, in addition to having a project list and your list of actions, within that project, is you can tag those actions any way that you want to. And the way I tag them is I tag them according to context. Context meaning for me, the place I need to be to do that task. So that way, when I have 15 minutes before my next client and I'm at the office, I can go to a list called At Office and see all of the tasks that have the At Office tag on it. And that shows me the things I could be working on here at the office. I have a tag called At Errands, so that whenever I'm out running errands, I can just click on my At Errands list and see anything that are errands I could be running. My other favorite tag that I have is called Couch Browsing. And couch browsing is my place to keep track of anything that I could be doing while I'm sitting on the couch watching The Voice, right? While I'm sitting there, got some kind of mindless TV on, and I want to just get some things done. So when I'm there, I just hit my little At Couch Browsing list, and I can see anything I could be working on should I choose to work on it. That doesn't mean you're going to work on it. It's just saying, here's where I'm at. I have time. Do I want to be working on something? Here's what I could be working on in this space. A lot of other systems can help you manage tasks and lists, but a lot of those don't allow you to slice and dice this way that GQueues does. And so you end up looking at a really long list of action items you could be taking, and you have to figure out, could I really be doing these right now? What I love about GQueues is the tags feature, which allows you to say, this activity must really happen at this location. So I'm going to tag it with that location so that when I'm in that location, I can only look at the things that can be done in that location. So it helps you focus. So I love GQueues for that. GQueues is also the tool that helps me get my inboxes, all of my inboxes, to zero every single Friday. Every single one of my email inboxes gets to zero every single Friday. And I'm able to do that because when I'm reading an email, and sometimes my emails stay in there all week. Sometimes they're getting taken care of right away. But if I'm getting to the end of my week and I have some emails in my inbox still, I'm looking at each one of those emails and determining what is the next action for that email. And that next action can then go into GQueues, where the rest of my planned work is. And that email can either get archived, filed, or deleted, and it goes away, which makes my inbox easy to get to zero on a regular basis. And it makes my inbox much more livable throughout the week. So GQueues is critical tool for me to get my inbox to zero every week. Okay, final tool that I have open at all times on my second little screen over here is Evernote. Evernote is not so much a productivity tool. Like my calendar tool and GQueues, they are all about productivity. Things don't go in there unless I want to be doing them, right? So those tools keep me focused on the things I want to be working on, the things I want to be moving forward, as well as the things that sometimes I'm just agreeing to move forward to help other people. But overall, it's the things I want to move forward. Evernote is my third tool, and it is where I just hold everything else that needs to be held, so I don't have to hold it in my brain. So just like I don't remember all of my appointments and I don't try to remember all my projects and tasks, because my brain is not meant for that. It's not meant for holding ideas. It's meant for having them. Evernote holds everything else. It holds ideas for me. It holds every single account that I have a login for. It holds lists of all the links that I send the clients on a regular basis. It holds ideas I have for blog posts. It holds all sorts of stuff. And so it's really nice to have one place where I can hold all that stuff. And what I love about it is that it's highly searchable. I don't have to go through my computer and find a bunch of different documents and folders. It's all in Evernote. So Evernote is my repository for information that I need to run my life and my business. So it is my favorite. And all of these tools are free, by the way. Obviously Google Calendar is free. GQueues is free. If you want other functionality with it, you can have a paid membership. So, there's other functions you can get. I happen to have a paid membership, but the free version is great. And the same thing with Evernote. They have a free version that's fantastic. If you want to do collaboration and things like that, you'd want to pay a different price for it. So love Evernote. I just saw Sarah Trosky was like, yes, love Evernote. Yeah, I know your guys' team, you guys use it faithfully. I think your guys' whole operations manual is in Evernote, if I remember correctly, at Pickett Street, right? So Evernote is critical for me. It helps me get everything out of my brain so I don't have to hold it. It's open at all times. I have favorite notes that are in there that I can just grab real quick so I can send a link to a client real quick. I just copy and paste it. If I send an email to one client, I usually, and it's something I know I'm gonna have to send again, I copy that email, toss it into Evernote so I have it for next time so I don't have to keep retyping emails over and over again. So it's just my place to hold everything else that doesn't have to get done. It's my information repository. And just for a little bonus, I actually do have a fourth tool that is open at all times on that second screen over there, and that is Spotify. Spotify is actually probably, it's a productivity tool for me. It helps get my energy up when I need to. I have certain playlists that I play. I have a playlist that I call Igniting Acceptance that makes me feel the way I feel when I'm on purpose and when I'm helping my clients be on purpose. So I have a list of songs that make me feel that way, and I play that whenever I need a pick-me-up or whenever I need to focus or whenever I need to just like really get going. And yeah, it looks like Sarah, she needs her music too. That's awesome. So those are my 3 tools plus the bonus. Tool number 1, calendar. It's super important. Make sure you have a calendar that you trust, one that holds all of your appointments, personal and business. It holds anything that you need to be doing in terms of appointments. Try to get it on one calendar so it can be one that you can trust. GQueues is the second one. It is the one that helps me know what I could be doing when I have time in the location that I'm at. And then Evernote. Evernote holds everything else so I don't have to hold it in my head. So I would love to hear what your favorite tools are for this kind of stuff, the tools that help you stay productive and focused and on purpose. Please share them in the comments below. I'd love to learn more from you too. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. I'm happy to answer them at any time. And thanks, Sarah, for being on today. I hope you'll share some tools with us besides Evernote, because I know you love Evernote. But yeah, make sure you share your tools in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Take care.